Do you think there's a generational shift in how young people are seeing themselves and their place in the world?
Yeah, I think so. And I think it's linked to the fact that young people can't see how am I going to buy a house? How am I going to have kids? There's so many people who aren't having children because they think I can't afford to do so. I can't pay my rent. I see no real stability in my life. And their parents but definitely their grandparents did have that to a certain degree. Obviously, there's always been poverty and there's always been difficulty. But even now, life expectancy is declining in certain areas of the UK. That is really extreme. And so there is a generational shift on that basis. Young people today have no memories of a time when capitalism was good for them. I think that's quite significant as well. If you were 18, the 2008 financial crash happened when you were I don't know, quite young. My maths is not very good, I've forgotten. But you're very, very young when the 2008 financial crash happened, right? So your whole experience of life has just been austerity, the banks collapsing, climate chaos. Why would you think that this society had something to offer you? I think that is really significant. There was a poll that showed the kids' words of the year. I don't know how they measure this, but the top kids' words of the year last year was war and climate change.
Wow.
And so I think there's a whole generation of people who are thinking this whole world is falling apart. And for a certain layer, not all of them, but for a certain layer, they're now thinking, I'm going to do everything I can to fight to change it. And I think they can. I think they will. And I think in my lifetime, we will see more revolutions, not just in other far-off countries, but also in this country and even in America. And there's a lot of polls there that also show complete disgust with Biden and Trump. And America's the belly of the beast when it comes to propaganda about Israel. And yet the polls now are showing young people can see through all of that. So they're losing the political narrative, they're losing the propaganda battle. And as I said earlier, that's that faith that the government is there to protect us, or the police are there to protect us. That lesson has been very sharply learned through the Black Lives Matter movement, through how they responded to the encampments, and future protests that are sure to take place. The faith that people have in our fundamental institutions are being completely shaken, especially from young people, which makes things very, very worrying for the ruling class. But for the Marxists or the communists, this is very good.
You guys are lying in wait.
Yeah. We can connect with that, and we can because it's true. And what I want to say is that it's not enough just to hate it. It's not enough just to recognize that it's a problem. Get stuck in with trying to change it, because you can.